Hi guys, Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters. So back again with my Christmas in July series. I'm almost done. You've almost seen them all. And we'll be going on to August and just back to normal topics. Normal, not Christmas things. So with this layout, I had such grand ideas in my head and I just could not get this to come together the way I wanted. Anyway. I'm currently making a snowflake. You know when you fold the pages up and you cut them out and you make a little snowflake. So the way you do that, I've actually just folded it all the wrong way around. So I'm about to unfold it and do it on the outside because I don't want to be drawing on the light blue coloured side. I want to draw on the white inside. So I'm just about to rub this out and start over. So what you do is you need to cut a square. You fold the square into a triangle. You fold it into a triangle again, and then you fold the two middle pieces, one to the left and one to the right. And it makes, I don't know what you'd say, a point, but it's got the two ends, it's not equal at the end. One's pointing out on each side. And then I'm drawing the design I would like for my snowflake, and all my snowflakes have the exact same design. So, a cutout bit at the point, a circle at the end, and then some straight barbs out of the middle. Hopefully you can see that because I didn't really explain it very well. I then cut out along the grey lead line, and when I finish doing that, I open it up and it looks like, drum roll please, this. So I made 5 of these in different sizes. The little sort of, I don't know, almost white one is out of a type of tissue paper. The tissue paper that they wrap flowers in, so it's kind of stronger, sturdier. So I did 2 of those sky blue coloured ones, that sort of pinky coloured one, and then a silver one. And they're all made out of wrapping paper. I chose to use wrapping paper because it's less thick and I thought it would be easier to cut when you have so many folds. So this took me forever. Not the cutting out, that part was fine. I just could not work out how I wanted these snowflakes to look on my page. I had this idea in my head and I just couldn't get it together. So I've put out all of my Christmas things. I just went shopping actually just the other day at Kaiser Craft DFO shop, and this one here in particular is from the Reject shop, and they had any of their Christmas stuff, and there wasn't a huge amount that they did have, but it was all on massive discount. So I grabbed a bunch. I know it's old season stock and that new things will come out this Christmas, but it was cheap, so I was happy to buy it. So just that was me very quickly backing my photo onto some sort of light blue coloured holly paper just to go with the blue theme. And I'm still fiddling around with how these snowflakes are going to look. When I watched the video, I think it looked better than how I end up doing it, but I don't know, at the time. And I also think as well, you'll get to this part, but I glued the snowflakes down too much. They were too flat and stuck to the page once I glued them down. I think that was the problem as well. They look so nice the way you can see them now, and I think that's because there's a bit of dimension to them, that they're popping up and they're causing shadow. And anyway, I'm not hugely happy with how this layout turned out, but that happens, and I'm recording it and I'm telling you about it anyway because I think it's important that we all see that sometimes the mojo just does not flow. And sometimes the grand plan we have in our head is not how it turns out on the page. So yeah, I ended up doing what you can see here, layering the sort of see-through ones on top and the silver one on top. And then I'm getting just some other snowflakes that are out of the cut aparts and adding those. I ended up using the Reject Shop selection and one of the Kaiser Craft collections. I can't remember what it's called, I'm sorry, but you'll see it in a sec. And I'm now just having a play with how I want the embellishments to look. And this took me forever. I really like the idea of using the presents in the Christmas tree because, you know, it's Santa. So I popped those on, and so that's the other Kaiser Craft collection, this sort of more bright green and red one. And I'm just having a play with all of the embellishments and how I want it to look and where I want everything to go, and I just can't get it right. It's just not working. And I'm not getting frustrated or anything like that. I'm just having trouble. And I just keep looking and pulling things out and trying things and looking at the colors, and yeah, this takes me a really long time. So what am I doing now? I'm still just having a play with the different embellishments, really sticking with the blues that are part of sort of the background of this photo. Santa is sort of the brightest thing in the picture there. So this picture, this is the third time that I took my son to go and see Santa. I live really close to Harvey Norman, and Harvey Norman had one free print with Santa, and I decided, oh, well, we've already been to Santa twice, we'll just go once more. And of course, this was the best picture. He sat beautifully, he looked great, he was so happy to see Santa. So I know for next time, just let him go and visit Santa and have a play for a little while until I even bother taking the photo. And then, yeah. So back to what I'm actually working on here. So I got out my rose gold chipboard letters because that is sort of the colouring that's in the Reject Shop collection that I'm using. And I just write Santa, nothing too dramatic or over the top. And then I'm still having a play with the embellishments because I'm still not happy. It still doesn't look right. In the end, I take away the Christmas tree and the present. As much as I really love it because it goes with the theme, the colouring's just not right. That bright red and green just wasn't working. So I actually end up taking all of the embellishments from that collection away and out of this layout and just stick with the Reject Shop embellishments because the colouring with the light pinks and the rose gold and the light blue just seems to work better. So if I could just freeze frame this right now exactly the way it looks, it would be great. Not stuck down, not, anything. Finger tapping, I'm stuck. I still don't know what to do. So I've glued everything down. Glued down the embellishments now. Glued down the snowflakes. Just glue, 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 glue. Everything is super flat, and this is when I start to think it's ruined. It's not ruined, being so over dramatic. It just doesn't look the way it did before and how I imagined it in my head. You might have seen before, how did I not notice that? Like, Satna, what just happened? No idea how I even managed to do that when I was gluing this down. Such a pain in the butt. I was able to peel it off and write Santa properly. But yeah, just don't bother telling me. I'm aware. Such a no-no, such a doodle. So yeah, just gluing down the last of the embellishments. Putting some pop dots behind a few things to give it some dimension. I popped up the photo. I popped up some of the other embellishments. Just, change it up a little. Make it look as... I was trying to add some more height and dimension to it now that I'd squished all of the snowflakes. So I slept on it and I still wasn't happy with the way it looked. Bit of hidey shine. I think this is when I notice, oh my goodness, I've spelt the word wrong. No, still isn't. I've still put on the hidey shine. I still haven't noticed. I do notice, and I do fix it before I take the photographs for you. So yeah, I sleep on it, and I decide I'm still not 100% happy with it. So then I add a doodle border, and that just looks awful. So I ruined it. And then I decide to put all these little dots around the snowflakes and just get them to stand out a bit more. I actually quite like the dots around the snowflakes. I think the dots look really cool. The doodle border, not so much. It was just the pen wasn't working and it's just a disgusting mess. But yeah, the dots I like. So hopefully you like this layout. Hopefully it helps you when you're feeling rotten about your layouts and that things aren't going the way you planned, that it's totally fine and it happens to all of us. And just keep going. Have a great day.